Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be taking a look into one of the dolls that I got at Goodwill. I got Garden Party Barbie. This was probably the last doll that I saw that I picked up. I did scan the joint for probably 5 extra minutes afterwards to see if I left any Barbies or not. There they are in the back. But I did not. I grabbed everything that they had because I have a problem. But this is the one that I saw that really just made my jaw hit the floor, because I've been looking at Garden Party Barbies for months now, and I've put in offers after offer after offer from all the Garden Party Barbies that I found really cute, and they all get rejected because I guess I lowball them.
I like money.
And let's just take a look at her. I'm so excited to get her out of the box. You have no idea. First of all, this box looks like it has had a life. It's a good thing I take them out of the boxes anyway. But if we turn around, like, the box art is really so beautiful. Like, you get to see all the different little outfits that you could create for your Garden Party Barbie. Look at her over there, her Sweet Roses vanity. I really want the Sweet Roses furniture. This doll was produced in 1988, at least that's its shelf date. It probably came out in 1989. Oh, and the prototype has those vacuum pumped heels. I love those spike heels. I wish I never got rid of those. I love them. There's her beautiful face. So there are 3 different versions of this doll. There are the versions that have the Superstar Barbie jewelry, which look like this in the back. It's a jewelry that has a clear base with the actual rhinestone in the middle. Then there's one that's made in China, and then there's one that's made in Malaysia. And you can find the one in China with the Superstar Barbie jewelry. You can find the one made in Malaysia with the Superstar Barbie jewelry, but also you find them with the later jewelry, which is what we have right here, which is very nostalgic for us 90s kids, because that is the jewelry that Barbie had from then on forth. So there is her box. This is it. Garden Party Barbie. It is pretty mangled and damaged.
I get a lot of that.
The artwork on the back is so gorgeous. Look at the whole display. Everything is just primo with this doll. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. And how fabulous. Like, who's gonna go, okay, look, a different time, I know, but like, you really expect me to think Barbie's driving her Ferrari with this beautiful little head wrap on and it's just so glamorous. It's so glamorous. It's so out there. I'm so excited to finally have this doll in my hands. Let's go ahead and open it up if we can. Now, I'm going to tell you all, this is a warning. If you are familiar with my channel, I open up these dolls all the time. I find mysterious things in there all the time. This one has a very damaged box. It reminds me of the Russian Barbie that I got at the flea market months ago that had like rat turds everywhere on the inside of the box. I'm expecting the same kind of disappointment from this doll.
Oh, that's nice.
She does not look very happy in there. I don't look very happy about to open this box. I'm a little anxious, but I just want you to know we will probably find just about everything whenever we open up this box. Okay, here we go. We don't know what we're about to get ourselves into. Oh God. Ah! Okay. We're just gonna pull out. We're not even going to look. We're not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna lightly pull out and hope nothing falls apart. That's not supposed to fall apart. Okay, all right. Goodbye, box. Thank you very much for your time. So we took some of the box with it. Hello, box. Here we have Garden Party Barbie out and about. Look at her on the cup. Ew, what is on her? Garden Party Barbie, don't say it's so. She's such a beautiful doll. Oh my God. Ah, she slays. I can see the vision. She needs to be cleaned. We're not going to do a review actually of her until she gets a thorough cleaning, but we will look and see of everything that she comes with. So she comes with the Superstar Barbie pamphlet, which is very dirty, very filthy. I'm not going to open this up. It's got like mold and damage all over it, so that can just be where it is. we have the warning right here that tells you that the doll's earrings are removable. So in here we have the Barbie fan club membership form, which you would send in for the magazine. Super fun. I wish they still did this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? I wish they still did this kind of stuff. Oh, she comes with like a whole big bunch of paper accessories. I love it whenever they come with this stuff. So we have a little corsage, we have a letter, an envelope, a picture of Ken, love letters, makeup, a comb, perfume, and what is this? It's just a bouquet of flowers, perhaps, maybe. That is super cute. Okay, well, we're gonna wash this. Actually, I'll show you how I wash my cardboard pieces, but we are gonna keep this. So the doll herself is super cute, but again, like I said, we're gonna take her out of this box and we are going to deep clean this girl. I'm going to do the review after I wash her, so you will see her looking drastically different.
Scandalous!
Before we review her, let's restore her.
It's what she would have wanted.
And this would be actually pretty cool for you all too, if you all go out and you find a Barbie you've been wanting forever and she shows up looking like this. You can use these same tips and tricks and that will help you in your restoration endeavors. Okay, so here we are in my little restoration station and you can see this Barbie for what she is. She's absolutely gorgeous underneath all that grime, but we're gonna go ahead and take off her outfit so at least we can know how many outfit pieces this doll comes with. As the box says that there are plenty of flowery looks that we can give Barbie. So she's got one piece there, and I just pray that this elastic is still working. And it looks like, I mean, for the most part it is, so that's good. It's a little stretched out, but who wouldn't be after, you know, over 30 years.
Oh!
Okay, so now we have her little outfit, her beautiful little dress that is actually really pretty. Oh, and it has snaps on the back. I know I can't be the only one that misses that little feature. Okay, there we go. Again, she's very dirty. We're gonna have to give everything here a thorough bath, but so her outfit doesn't have as many pieces as what I was figuring that it did. There's only 3. There is this dress, this little cocktail dress mixed with the peplum, which creates into a cape or a hat or a bigger skirt, really anything that you wish. And then of course her choker, which you could even put in her hair if you wanted to get creative like that. But if we see the condition that Barbie is in, this allegedly would be a mint in box doll. But is she mint? No, she's not mint. Again, when you do open these dolls, expect any kind of surprise. You never know what could be waiting for you inside the box other than your Barbie. So before I start cleaning her up, it's a good time to see how her hair was originally styled. So she had her hair styled like this, so it was like a little faux bun, and then it had some bangs right there, which is pretty interesting because this actually is the same hairstyle as Sweet Rose's Barbie or Home Pretty Barbie, which is just a year away from this doll. So that's really cool, except that doll has more hair than this one does. But she's super beautiful, actually. Just very dirty, very filthy. Now, the rubber bands did stain the doll's hair. I do hope that I can get this out with just a quick little soak, but you never know. It probably still will have some sort of staining going on, but I think with some purple shampoo, perhaps maybe we could get that out of there. Who knows? We are going to try everything that we can to get this Barbie looking her best.
Oh, that's marvelous.
Because this doll is so filthy, I'm going to have to do her laundry. I'm going to start off with some warm water and some OxiClean, and then I'm going to add some detergent. You can use whatever detergent is easiest for you. You could even use dish soap. When you are working with warm water, you need to be mindful of the material that you are about to give a bath. Higher quality quality fabrics will tend to bleed. These Barbie clothes should be fine, but earlier Barbie clothes, especially from the 60s, will probably bleed. To be a little bit more cautious, I would use cold water when washing anything vintage. In this bath, because everything is so filthy, I'm going to add some dish soap too. You want to make sure you mix everything together and make sure all the OxiClean has dissolved. When the bath is all good and ready to go, insert your doll clothes and just dunk them into the bath. In most cases, you will not need to wring them out. You will not need to beat them up all to bits. You will not have to beat them against a rock. Just let them sit there and soak for a bit. You could use the term set it and forget it if you wish. And in the meantime, we can go ahead and work on our doll. And when we're done with her, we can come back to the clothes. Now, while I have her laundry sitting and soaking in the OxiClean and Tide, I'm going to come over here to where I made her a nice little hot frothy bath with dish soap. I'm going to go ahead and start doing my restoration process. The things that you will need are going to be one soft bristle toothbrush, dish detergent of your choice. I use Dawn because it's here, and baking soda. And what you are going to do is you are going to first, this is how I do it, I just pour it onto the doll like this. I rub it into her hair first. I like to get right into the root. You want to go ahead and get into the root, folks, because you don't know what's hiding underneath this hair. One time I got a box of moldy dolls and I thought I got all of them clean, and then I was doing their hair, and guess what I found inside underneath the hair? Mold, more mold that I missed. And my fingers were all over it and stuff, and they still had a bad smell, but I figured maybe they need to air out. But no, you do need to really scrub back there and make sure you get everything, because you never know again what secret surprises could have come with this Barbie. Now, this Barbie, for all intents and purposes, was to be sold as new in the box. As you can see, you don't really have to, if a doll is really new, you don't have to go ahead and wash them first thing. You feel fine about touching them and all of that. But this Barbie really needed some extra help, and honestly, I think that she came to the right house to begin with. So when it's time to scrub, you want to go ahead and get your brush wet. You could dip it in this little soapy, frothy bath that we have for Barbie. Again, you can pretend like it's your own little bath. Bring some imaginative play into your restoring. It's a lot more fun. So you've got your wet toothbrush. You're going to go ahead and dunk it into your baking soda. And I like to dab a little on her face first, like that. Then I start right down here at the chest. Now when I scrub, I don't scrub like this. I scrub in circles. And I go everywhere. Under the chin, in the back. A lot of times people don't wash behind their doll's neck. There you go. Just go and get it. Get every part of your doll. Do not be afraid. It's just dish detergent and baking soda. There you go. Go and get her head. So whenever I do the heads, because you never know what the neck joint is really like, just hold on to the head like this. Scrub around. Do it lightly first and then check your work. You can check your work by brushing aside, just to make sure that her face is still there. And if it is still there, just start scrubbing again. Now this is the first year that these new metallic jewelry pieces were used for Barbie, which is so nostalgic for me, because when I was a kid, that's the jewelry, if she came with it, which she did a lot, but it would be like this right here. That would be her jewelry. I was not alive or around for the Superstar era Barbie, which is why I feel like a lot of people think that the Superstar era ended in 1988, because the jewelry had been discontinued. Cost effectively, it probably made more sense. And especially, you know, because toys always change. It's very true. Safety regulations always occur because of the changes. And Barbie is not just for children above the age of 3. Sometimes people buy their toddlers, 3-year-olds, Barbie, and at that time their jewelry was completely removable and interchangeable, which is a really fun concept. But if you are trying to piece back together a doll, it can be very expensive from that time period because of that. Whereas like these earrings, they're not removable. They are in there good. It came with a paper that said that they're removable, but for the majority, the earrings are not. The ring is removable still, but the interchangeable feature had ended after 1988. Which to me is so funny. In the early 90s, they came out with like these fashion packs and these finishing touches packs, and sometimes they came with earrings. And you couldn't really give your Barbie any new earrings unless you ripped them out of her head forcibly. So I always found like those little added touches to be quite interesting. So after you feel like you've gotten your doll all done up and put her all through the wringer, what we're going to do is put her back into the water mixture. And it's so frothy, you probably can't see it. But now the water is green. Why it's green, I don't know. It's kind of funny considering this is the garden party Barbie. And the water has turned green like a garden. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the soap again. Start with the hair. I'm just going to use my finger right now. Just take it. Go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our second run, but without baking soda. So go ahead, dunk your toothbrush in there, try to get rid of all that baking soda that's on it. Take it out, scrub again in circles. And this is going to get out all of that baking soda that might be in those crevices. Make sure to get under her neck. That's even a spot that I miss sometimes. So I'll find baking soda remnants down there. It's not very appealing. Make sure whenever you're washing them, get between her hands. Don't feel bad. Get between those hands because there's grooves in there. Go. We're just gonna keep scrubbing. Woo, she's so slippery. She almost flew right out of me. Okay. Get under the feet. All right. So now your Barbie should be completely clean. Let's go ahead, work on that hair a bit more, dunk her back in the water, and then I'm going to pull the drain out, and we're going to run her down through the clean water. And this Barbie feels so new. So new, so clean. I mean, look at that hair. It's just with Dawn dish soap. Look at it. Very beautiful. It has such a sheen to it. Very, very pretty. Okay. All right, so now that is done, I'm gonna go in with conditioner. I like to use a good latherable conditioner, usually the kind that has the word moisture in it I like to buy, because sometimes this hair, again, it's just plastic, so, but the moisturizing conditioner will always have oil in it. fabric softener, except it's less extreme. And it will loosen up any of the knots. Okay, so whenever I brush, I have a comb. I take a wide tooth comb and I start right here at the bottom. Now I hold on to the hair by the head, so that way none of the stress is going onto the neck, because sometimes your Barbies will have very brittle and fragile necks. Let me just brush as best as we can. This is so relaxing whenever you only have one to do, whereas usually I've got like a bulk lot of 10 dolls just waiting. There we go. Some of that back in there. I actually don't think that that rubber band stained, because if I look, I see like little spots, but little spots aren't stains. So that's good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for the ones that have the little rubber band remnants, I'm gonna use the fine tooth part. Just work it in. There we go. Get rid of all of that excess. Okay. Now she smells like a garden for real. All right. And there you have it. Our garden party Barbie is all clean. Because this doll has Kanekalon hair, she might eventually have like some fuzzy ends and such, especially whenever I'm trying to recurl her. Her hair looks really pretty right now, but it would only get better if you do a boil wash before you start to curl. So what I'm going to do is make sure that everything is brushed and in the place where I want it to be for this boil wash. Now, I'm going to call it a boil wash, but whenever you're using Kanekalon hair in boiling water, they usually don't mix, so I wouldn't recommend it be boiling, but I recommend it being just above the temperature of hot, if that makes sense, where it's not hot enough to burn you, but hot enough for you to take notice, and that's all that Kanekalon hair needs. So, we're going to take our water that's just a little bit hot. I'm going to pour it right here on the ends like so. And there we go. And again, this is just barely hot. It's not hot. It's not boiling hot, but it's hot enough to get a reaction from the Kanekalon. So before I go into this and brush, I'm going to take my cold water, pour on top. That relaxes the hair. And then I'm going to take my comb and brush right through. And there you go. That is how easy it is to do Kanekalon hair to make it straight. To make it curly, you just have to put curlers in it and then do the same process. And then it will be relaxed and beautiful hair curls. So now that Garden Party Barbie is clean, let's go ahead and work on her costume. So now it's been soaking in the OxiClean and the dish soap and the detergent. And check it out, like it is shining more than it has probably previously. I love this. Okay, so I didn't realize that this was like partially pink. That is so pretty. It probably will dry a different color, obviously, but I love the way it looks. This whole look to me is just so magical. I would have adored this doll as a child. I don't think anyone understands my obsession with the color purple and pink. And then to throw a Barbie in the mix.
Yes, yes.
You betcha. And when you get all the soapy suds out of them, go ahead. You can shake them if you'd like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang these up on my drying rack. And a fun cool hack, okay, so like this fabric right here is going to be very hard to iron. So what we're going to do is we're not going to, at least not try, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just go ahead and straighten it out to the position I want it to be in. And when it dries, hopefully speaking, it will be exactly the way that I would like it to be. I just have to set everything up. You see like how there was some wrinkles there? Just go ahead and set it up the way that you would like it. Because when it dries, it's going to be pretty stiff. And you want it not to be curled under, but you want it to be pretty straight like that. So wherever you dry this, make sure it's on a flat surface. So this is how I'm going to clean my cardboard accessories. I'm not going to use any water whatsoever as to not damage them. But front and back, they both need a good cleaning considering from the box that they were in and the condition of the doll and the box that they were in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my furniture polish. You can use all-purpose. I'm going to use the wood one and pour it all over a dusting rag. Now you can use a piece of cloth. You could use like something like this, which is made for like the Swiffer. You could use some sort of like fiber cloth and such. Either one works. And what we're going to do, you don't want to spray it directly on it either, mind you. What we're going to do is we're going to take it like this. Going to work all of that product into the cardboard itself. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. That is pretty dirty. Okay. This will also work with your Barbie boxes. So if you are interested in keeping your Barbie boxes nice and clean and making them polished again like they were brand new, you could go ahead and do that. Again, you could use some sort of fiber cloth. But look how glossy and shiny that is now, and it is completely clean. Now that Garden Party Barbie is completely washed up and she's looking really beautiful now.
I look quite pretty.
Really nice and clean. I'm gonna go in and restyle her hair. I'm gonna take my brush and just comb out. So her hair, she had the front part of it, what we would consider like her bangs. And if we look at the rooting pattern, you can see where it is. It's so interesting, rooting patterns, because we as the public don't think of it. It's just so interesting to think about. That they thought about all of this in the factory, even when making the doll. So you see, all of this right here belongs over here. And all of this surrounding the forehead like that belongs in the front. Pull it off to the side like so, and then this was how her hair was originally. The elastics that I like to use for my Barbies are actually dental elastics. They last way longer than the ones you can find at Walmart. Okay, there we are. So we've got her little hair tie in. Now again, like her original hair would have this in there and then it flipped up like that, which we're going to do later. But I wanted to get an opportunity to actually curl this Kanekalon hair first before I do that, because otherwise it's going to stand out like that. It's going to look weird. So this is the part of the video where we are going to curl. So I'm going to separate this part into twos.
If you don't already have some, you want to get some perm papers. I like to make mine out of paper towels. It's very easy. It just helps you give a more polished and seamless curl. And it's at this time that you really want to start to think about a curling pattern, because it's just not enough to have curly hair. You do want to have a rhyme and a reason for the direction that you are taking your curls. And that will be the difference between having a crazy perm and a big fluffy perm.
Now we're going to go to the back.
Remember to give yourself a lot of grace, because practice makes perfect. And if you mess up, it's totally reversible.
So for the top row, so around the top of the crown, it's going to be just like these curls, but on the bottom, you're going to curl under. So I will show you. Okay. You're going to take your perm paper, go all the way down. And then with this one, you're going to curl up. Okay, so we're just going to do this with the crown right there. Now with this hair over here, because this hair can be seen from the back, what we're going to do is we are going to curl up, but on the side, if that makes sense. So go ahead and brush it. It's very important that you brush it and you get as many kinks out of this hair as what you possibly can before you start curling, because the Kanekalon hair mixed with the hot water is going to pick up on everything. It might even pick up on your fingerprints. Okay, so we're going to start at the side like so, and we're going to curl inwards like this. Okay, see? Just like that. So it should look just like that, okay? All right, so we're gonna go back over here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna take a perm paper. Maybe. And curl inwards again. There we go. Okay. And now for these two, again, you could just use one. Right here, there's enough hair for that, but there's this little dip right here. You can see. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to curl up, and then for this one, I'm going to curl under. You might think there's no rhyme or reason to the hairstyling that I'm doing right now, but there's always a reason. Curl up. I'm not going to go directly to the scalp. I don't want it to be that curly back here. I just want most of the curl to be from the bottom of the strand. So like where you can see this right here, I'm going to take this hair, push it back a bit, because we don't want any of this to show. If you were to curl it like this, like where it's directly up, it will never lay down flat like it's supposed to. You want it to fall back gracefully like so. Okay? Going to take this one, last one. Now this one, like I said, we are going to curl under. Yes. Like so. Okay, so your curl should look like this. And there we go. Now this will work with a lot of late 80s and early 90s Barbie hairstyles. So just in case you don't have this doll in particular, you could utilize this for really any of your dolls. You could even utilize this for your Barbie dolls today if they have this much hair. This time for her second oil wash. This time is to set the curls. So I just pour directly on the curls. And again, this water is not boiling hot. This water is just hot. It's not enough to scorch, but it's enough to toast the hair. And I like using the foam rollers because number one, it gives them dimension and it also makes them a little bit more bouncy, but also because it soaks up the water. So even to the parts right here, it's going to soak it up. So that way the ends of the hair have a chance of getting it as well. Just lightly pour it on. Again, it's just warm enough to really set this hair. Okay. And I like to pour. A lot of people like to dunk it in water, and I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore. It's not necessary to really dunk your doll's head in water like that. Not really whatsoever. Okay. I think that was a nice generous pour. I'm going to turn on the cold water. I'm going to do the same thing as what I did before. I'm going to shock it. This will help to give her some loose curls. Okay, so I'm going to pat this down towel dry. After you pat it down dry with your towel, we're going to take our diluted gel, which is just some got-to-be glued, diluted in water, and shake it up. Get that gel evenly distributed in there. I'm going to pour onto the curls itself. And this just sets the hair like you wouldn't believe. It makes it shiny and glossy. It makes the curls stay longer. And it doesn't smell half bad. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pat this down again with a towel, and then I'm going to let it dry.
And when she's dry, we'll do a review.
And here she is all done up. We'll do a little 360 so you can see her luscious curls. And I can do some more brushing out whenever her hair is completely dry. It's still not like all the way dry yet, but I brushed it out enough to be able to get her into her original hairstyle. So there it is. And her face is really gorgeous. If you look at her eyeshadow, she's got pink and purple and light pale pink lips with some light blushing. Very pretty. And her accessories that we didn't really get to take a look at because they were still in the plastic bag are her shoes. So on the back of her box, she does have those vacuum pump spike heels, but the actual doll comes with the wide toe pumps. There we go. And these shoes are gonna give me a panic attack because this doll is a made in Malaysia doll. And usually the accessories like the shoes and such are prone to cracking. So I'm going to have to keep my eye out on those shoes. And there's nothing you can do to prevent it. Like with vintage shoes from the 60s to prevent cracks, you put them in boiling water before you put them onto your doll. It kind of makes the plastic less brittle. And so that way it will wrap around your doll's foot whenever it's completely dried down. But with the Malaysian shoes, it's different. When you get them really hot, they're just prone to cracking even more, and not just cracking, just crumbling. So just be very cautious whenever you do unbox a made in Malaysia doll. Now, I've not seen this happen to Malaysian shoes that are played with and out of the box, but only the ones that are in the box and in their little plastic sealed containers. So, I mean, again, it's going to vary. There's different plastic batches and such, but after opening all of these inbox dolls for quite some time now, I have noticed kind of a trend that the made in Malaysia dolls usually are prone to cracking, especially around the late 80s and the early 90s. So just be cautious about those kinds of shoes.
The shoes did end up cracking.
But anyway, she does have her cardboard accessories that we cleaned, and they're still, see how glossy and clean they are now. So let's go ahead and take them out. So I would assume that this is a bouquet. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yes, so you cut the corners like this, and then boom, bouquet. And it looks like it has a plastic cut right here, so you could put I think the card that comes with it. Let's see, it might be this card, or it could be a letter or something, but you could put like any one of these accessories into her flower bouquet, like right there. Maybe it's this one right here. This doll didn't come with instructions, so they just really expect you to look at the back of the box and onto the box and such, and to kind of make your assumption there. See, look there, there we go. And then you put this through here, I would assume. And fold. There we go. Okay, so here is her flower bouquet, and she has her little love letter, probably from Ken or some other admirer, maybe G.I. Joe. And also here's her hairbrush. She has the late 80s, early 90s seashell hairbrush. This one is one with the long prongs, so it makes me think that this doll maybe came out like also in 1990 whenever they were using these instead of the shorter bristled ones. Okay. Let's take out her little, she's got a love letter right here that she received from someone. Now, these are very reminiscent of the Perfume Pretty Barbie cardboard cutout accessories. There we go. Let's see if she wanted to put her little love letter in there. And then boom, she has her little letter. Okay, so let's see, let's get a picture of Ken. At least I would assume that's Ken, or maybe that's Bill. You never know. Barbie could be a mysterious woman.
Scandalous!
And she's got a lipstick. There we go. Makeup. And she has her contacts. In the early 80s, they came out with, you know, like real plastic accessories, but in the late 80s, as you can see, they came out with these. So like, you know, little cardboard cutouts. You know, it's better to have them than without, because it gives you more of a play pattern. It gives you more things to do with your Barbie. We have a comb. There we go. It's obviously not real, just cardboard, so you can play pretend and brush your hair and stuff with it. I think these are more accessories for her. And we've got some sweet, I would assume sweet smelling perfume, like a flower. Super cute. And then of course, last but not least, we have her corsage. So you just pop out that in the middle. And then this goes right around her wrist. And there you go. Now Barbie is ready to have her garden party. She has everything going for her, but the cardboard accessories are not the only play feature that this doll does have. She does have a outfit that does change into different looks. So let's go ahead and take off her corsage, and we'll take away her flowers, and let's take a look at the outfit. So the outfit has so many layers. We've got, I think it's 3 layers of tulle right here of different shades of pink, and one is a white color. She has her little flower choker, which you could also put in her hair or maybe even tie around her waist, but it's made of a satin ribbon and a nylon tricot flower. We have this iridescent fabric right here that's flocked with white flock ink. As you can see, it's very beautiful. It's reminiscent to Crystal Barbie, and we have the same on the skirt as well. She has 2 plastic snaps holding it all together in the back, and then her skirt is sewn on, and it has some tulle netting that looks like ruching going on, but it's not sewn down or anything, so you can shift it into many different ways and how it looks and such. And the fabric under, I believe, is it's of a different nylon tricot, so it's a nice quality outfit, I will say. However, since I did have to wash it, you can see that The fabric underneath, so of this iridescent material, is coming apart. So this actually is supposed to be attached to this. So it's not supposed to be its own separate layer. It's supposed to be attached to that. But we had to wash it because she was kind of in a state when I found her. So I could glue all of this down again if I wanted to, but to be honest with you, like it's really not going to make or break this doll, as again, I'm not gonna roughly handle this doll or play with her like a lot, so I think it would be fine for my purposes, but that is something just to look out for. If you do have this doll, just be cautious that this right here, it does come apart. But a way that you could fix that is there are Elmer glues that are actually spray adhesives, and you could spray the adhesive on this part of the material, the nylon tricot part, and then glue it down and then hold it together with little metal clips, and that would work. Again, that's just like a little other project that you could do yourself. I think it will be fine for my purposes. I don't think it's going to break. But this fabric, this material does feel very papery. It gives you that crinkle sound. So if you are a tactile person and you don't like the sound of this and such, like it could attract a cat very easily. But if you don't, you might not like this doll. But anyway, so let's go down to her play features. So her play features are this peplum here. So you can take it off and you can make it into a different gown if you would like. So for instance, let's see, I believe that this was one of the pictures on the back of the box. So you could have the gown look more like this. Very glamorous looking, even still. Very pretty. Or if you wanted to, you could have the gown looking more like this. Hold on. So you raise it up. Again, like I wish that this was like sewn down, like the nylon tulle of it. So that way it was less bunchy. But she could look like this. So this, I believe, is just for the purpose of you seeing it full face front and forward. So that way it looks more like a big luscious ball gown, because if you turn it to the side, it looks kind of ridiculous. So I think this is supposed to be something that you could see from the front and the front only. But yeah, that is also very cute. Okay, so there is two looks you could do with this. And the third one is going to be so easy, you'll be just so surprised. And here is the third look. Done. Look at that. I do love this dress. I think it's super pretty. But to top off the dress, it's all about how you accessorize, because this becomes a fancy little party hat. So you could have it back there. You could put it on top of the hair. It's not really staying on because I curled the hair like that, but there you go. So there's the other look. That could be her fancy party hat. If you wanted to as well, this could become a capelet. So you could like have it around her neck like that as well. I could see like this getting in the way, like the puffy sleeves. I could see that getting in the way, but it could also add to it. But yeah, so you could do it like that. Again, like you could take off this ribbon and nylon tricot flower. You could put it in her hair. You could put it around her waist. There are many different looks in what the box actually shows you. So you yourself can be the designer, and you yourself can decide how you would want your Barbie doll to dress for her garden party, which I think is really fun. And again, like the added cardboard accessories are really what gets me. There's endless possibilities to play whenever you even add something as cheap and as, you know, honestly useless as cardboard accessories. But you know, like you can use them, like you can prop them in her dream house. You can prop them in your doll displays. You can pretend that she's, you know, gonna have this stunning dinner party and she needs to get ready. Like there's so many different possibilities that you either as a child or as an adult can envision for your Barbie doll. But that basically is the review itself and the restoration. I do hope that those tips and tricks help you out a lot. And I want to say thank you all so much for watching this video. She is one of my absolute favorite finds of this year. I do adore her. I love her coloring. I just love everything about her. So I'm super happy to finally have this doll in my collection. And I'm so happy to have finally found her at a really good deal.
I am a woman of my own destiny.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a festive rest of the year and have a magical rest of your day. Bye-bye. Stay fabulous.
We're into fashion. We love changing styles. That's why we're into Garden Party Barbie. I've got some ideas for a whole new look. Great, let's get started. Garden Party Barbie's into lavender and lace. When it comes to changing styles, she always sets the pace. Now she's ready for the party in a style that's really new. You can come along too. We're into Barbie. Garden Party Barbie with a lovely lavender outfit you can change in so many ways. Furniture sold separately from the till.